The metro area of San Diego has been absolutely booming for the past few years. Whether you own a home or rent, it's become one of the most expensive places to live in all of San Diego County. But the question is, can it continue at this pace for much longer? Our next guest is our Smarter San Diego real estate expert for this area. He's also a good friend of mine and the host of one of the most popular radio shows in all of San Diego. Please welcome Big Daddy himself from Big Daddy Radio. Bryan Garrity is here. Bryan, how you doing, man?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic,
Yay,
sir. Yes,
yeah,
here he
I love
is.
it.
Here he is. All right.
Making San Diego smarter.
That's right.
And everybody else. What the heck? Let's make it a global thing.
Let's do that. You've been doing that on your radio show now for several years.
We try.
Gosh, you guys are just killing it. It's amazing what you're doing over there.
We try to have fun and entertain and give information.
You do all that.
Yeah, although the entertainment part's the most fun.
That is the fun part, right? We're going to talk about your show and what's kind of coming up or what topics have been big here in a second. What's really interesting to me, Metro Market, it's a big market. There's a lot of different areas there.
Right.
But there isn't a single one of them that's been slow or, it's been very, very hot in the whole area. Why is that? I mean, what's causing that over there?
There is low supply, number one. And it's, you have the people that these areas are being gentrified, which if you, like when I moved to San Diego in the 80s, dating myself, and you were to drive through, let's say, Hillcrest or North Park, I mean, it was like ghetto, or be considered, Hillcrest was like the gay ghetto. Oh yeah, it was nothing.
In the 80s?
Nothing, 85, 86. Like where Uptown District is, which is a very booming part of Hillcrest right now, was just a Sears and a huge parking lot, and it had the bars and nothing like it is today. But people have wanted to move out from the suburbs back into the city, which is causing kind of this expansion of the metro area, and it's become more desirable. We've cleaned it up. Like, look at what we've done downtown in just a matter of 20 plus years. We've made it spectacular.
Yeah.
Other cities following our lead. Not that we were the total forefront person in doing that, but we were one of the first cities to go through and really clean up our downtown and make it habitable, which, it hadn't been for years.
Right.
I mean, it was the last place most people wanted to live, and it was the place most people were working. So now that it's cleaned up, you have a lot of people coming in from the suburbs and saying, hey, I don't want this commute. You got a lot of the millennials or younger people that are wanting to be more green, and they don't want to, be driving long commutes, and they don't want to be stuck out in the suburbs.
Is it that they want to be green, or that they're just day drinking and they don't want to drive home?
I think you got a point. I don't know. You can be green.
There's like a bar on every corner. It seems like a brewery, I should say, not a bar, but an actual brewery.
Well, and in some metro area, if you look in like North Park, for whatever reason, every new thing that opens seems to be a brewery, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
So you've got this desire of, you're close to work. A lot of people work from home now. So what better place to be than in the metro area? You can walk out your front door. They have something called the walk score, or the walkable score, that you can get off websites, et cetera, based on the areas you want to live. Most of them are high in the metro area because you can walk to and access stores, restaurants, entertainment. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it does encompass a big area. But right now we're down to this is the part that always makes me crazy. You hear realtors talking at blah, blah, blah about statistics, and it's like, at the end of the day, you're going to sell the house or not, period. Or you're going to get these people in a house or not. People don't want to hear that there's 1.8% to 3% vacancy. What does that mean? Really, when you think about it, what does it mean? I'm a buyer, and I have some agents spewing that at me, and it's like, okay, can you get me a house or not? At the end of the day, there's more important things that people should be worrying about.
Right.
And we'll go into that in other segments. I think we should.
Yeah.
About listing agreements and who you hire and how you hire and, what you're entitled to or not, et cetera.
This area, this metro area, you said something earlier that was really interesting I'd never thought of before. Is it feeding off downtown? In other words, is the revitalization of downtown really been part of what's helped the metro area?
Absolutely. I 100% believe that. And anyone that would challenge that, I'd say then show me different. But I'm telling you, I think that it's just enough. If you say especially all the people that are working downtown, to be in the metro area, it's just literally like, poof, far enough that you're out of the downtown area if you want to be. Or there's the people that want to live and work and play and be downtown. I mean, that's a part of the metro area that's completely revitalized. I'm talking more about single family homes in like University Heights, Normal Heights, Kensington, Hillcrest, North Park. I mean, average purchase price is already up to like 520, 504,000. I mean, it's above the median purchase price for the county, so it's not cheap if you want to live there.
Right.
And the sustainability of it, I mean, at this point, there's not a lot of places to build. I mean, if you're going to tear down some of these old houses, maybe, and build up, that's really the only way you're going to be able to go. There's not a lot of vacant land in the metro area.
I was just going to ask you that. Is there anywhere,
There's
for
places,
new construction?
but I mean, you figure with the new construction, it's limited. It's not like it's tracts of, that you can get up in like North County or some of these inland areas in Carlsbad, places that have room left to develop. I mean, we're peaked out in the metro area. So low on inventory means if you want to live there, you find a place that you like and everything checks out, you hop on it.
Yeah.
You don't sit on the fence because it's just too popular. And for me, yes, the cycle, history is going to repeat itself. Are we going to have what we had in 07 or 08? No. That was just, in our lifetime, that was an exception. I mean, the implosion that we had.
Right.
But historically, the real estate market cycles every 7 to 10 years. So, going on statistics. But I mean, at some point, there's going to have to be a downward slope where it becomes more of a buyer's market. Some agents will say, oh, it's becoming more of a buyer's market. I don't think so. I think it's still a strong seller's market. A little bit of softening in some areas needed to be softened. However, it didn't change the fact that it was so softened that it became a buyer's market. It hasn't shifted. The paradigm's not shifted up.
Okay, so it's still a seller's market, just not as much of a seller's market
Right.
maybe as it was a year ago, let's
Exactly.
say. Now, what you said about construction is really interesting because if there aren't those big plots of land, then the big builders aren't going to be interested.
No, not really.
And therefore, it's you kind of hit a wall once that takes place. Once you get to a point where it's like, okay, all we can do is build up this lot right here. We can either build a high rise on it,
Right.
and that's it. There's just certain types of builders that do that stuff in San Diego, and for the most part, they're building downtown. So I don't know if it'll be in this lifetime that we see the metro area build up.
I agree. Like D.R. Horton has been a good builder in the metro area in both North Park and Hillcrest. Like they built the Atlas building. They use that space over on 5th. But again, they built up, but they're expensive condos because it's right in the middle of everywhere people want to be. And they also did a development at Level M in North Park. So they did that by buying up, parcels of land that were older or that had tear downs on it. There's just not many of those that exist. If
Right.
you were to drive all through the areas, you're not going to find that.
No.
You may find a fourplex that's new. You may find, a couple townhomes, row homes that are new, but you're not going to find big
scale developments.
No, you're not.
So based on what you're saying then, my take is that the market's strong. It'll probably continue to be strong. But you do expect that where it's somewhat of a peak, at least a cyclical peak?
I think so. I mean, you're the income in terms of what people are making versus what people are paying is hitting a wall because the values are starting to outpace income, what people are earning. Once that happens, okay, now we're going to have a problem. Because we're going to hit this wall. Inventory's low, so we haven't felt it as much because there's still people that make enough to slide into these houses. But if our inventory was to rise or get bigger or there was more available, we may see it start then to soften. And historically it will at some point. I don't have that crystal ball, that
Right.
magic number, year, or date, but at some point it will. But the metro area is always going to be desirable. It just is.
Too much going on.
There's a lot going on, and there continues to be a lot more gentrification.
So great insight on the metro market, Mr. Garrity.
Thank you.
How about your radio show? What can we look forward to seeing coming up on the radio show in the near future?
We have lots of surprises coming.
Lots of surprises coming?
Well, actually, the show, it's had different incarnations, and it started off to be a real estate show. But I mean, I don't mean that. Real estate's my day job that I love. I love it totally. But I think for an hour every week, it's a fun, we can give a lot of real estate information. But to do that week after week after week, and there's hours before us that the people are talking about the same things, it's just like, anyways, to be honest with you, but we tend to talk more about pop culture and entertainment
Right.
and kind of fun stuff. We've had housewives on from that housewife chain, and hopefully when they have $1 Million Listing San Diego, I'll be a cast member of that.
Nice.
So, yeah, right.
Well,
but we've had
got a
people
recommendation
from
for me in there.
All right, I like it. But we've had Heather from that show on there, and what we've turned it into now. It's a panel, kind of like a View or the Talk or the Chew or geez, they've got every name under the sun for these programs, and we've turned it into panel discussion. And so sometimes it gets a little bit heated. And got to watch out. I don't want to get in any trouble, drop anything not for terrestrial radio.
The bottom line.
I get excited.
The bottom line is, you never know what he's going to say next.
No,
Tune in and check him out. Big Daddy Radio, Bryan Garrity. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stick around for more Smarter San Diego Television, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free, right here. Be right back.